Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It was a dreadful day of a greatest war in the epic battlefield of Kurukshetra. You must have all heard about. Kurukshetra is a place where Pandavas waged righteous war against Kauravas. It was the first day of the war when Arjuna asked Krishna, "My lord, I want to have a overview of the armies of my enemy. So please take me to the center of the battlefield." Krishna does that. So now Arjuna and Krishna were standing in the center of the battlefield in Kurukshetra. And suddenly Arjuna comes out of the chariot and he says, "My limbs are failing. My body is quivering." He suddenly stumbles down on his knees and, in despair, dejected and disheartened, he drops his armory, his weapons, and says to Lord Krishna, "My Lord, I see my family, I see my uncle, I see my teachers. How can I kill my family? Isn't it cruel? Isn't it lawlessness? How is it a righteous war? And what, in the name of what greater good, we are going to wage this war against Kauravas?" Arjuna was overwhelmed with the grief and he looked at Krishna for answers. His eyes welled with tears. Meanwhile, Lord Krishna was himself startled and shocked, and he says, "Dear Arjuna, you are a hypocrite and a coward. You just saw your family and friends standing in the battlefield in the opposite end, and you just turned blind towards your highest ideal in your life, highest goal in your life. So stand up and fight." So this situation, even if we consider it's something which is very cruel, and we also see it as something which is meaningless, the way we are killing the people in the war, the family and everything. So we all obviously consider Gita as something which is meaningless and far too idealistic. But some years ago, some researchers found that Gita was not part of Mahabharata until a few centuries after Mahabharata. The first edition of Maharshi Vyasa did not have Gita at all. It was added later on, so which is evident enough that it was added to make sense out of that story, to preach what is life, what is good, what is evil. Of course, a Gita of that long shlokas would not have happened on the day of the war. It has happened because somebody added it to Mahabharata to make sense of that story and preach people about life, good, evil, and how to attain self-realization. Gita revolves around a main topic called Karma Yoga, where karma is derived from a Sanskrit word kri, which means to do. And it also means the results of your actions. So it means both actions and the result of your actions. And the yoga means the united way of uniting your bodily actions along with your mind to achieve your goal. So it's a pathway to achieve self-realization, and hence it is synonymously used with meditation nowadays. So what Karma Yoga preaches is about how to do your duties without getting biased to success or failure. Krishna himself told while speaking to Arjuna, "You have the right to work, but not to the fruits thereof." Why should we worry about it? It just means, why should we worry about the results when we know that we are doing the good work? And why should we get biased for success or failure, pleasure or pain, good or evil? Krishna himself says that the worldly pleasures, what we think is the ultimate goal of the mankind, is not the goal, but knowledge is. The pleasure and pain are just the good teachers in the journey of a life towards knowledge. The Bhagavad Gita preaches this in two ways, in two paths. That is, one path is path of action and the other path is path of knowledge. Path of knowledge, okay, let us consider what is knowledge. Where does knowledge reside? Knowledge resides in our mind. Our mind is a place where there is universe of knowledge residing. It's just that we have to discover it. Newton found discovered gravity, not because of the apple or the tree. He discovered gravity because his mind was able to generate a thought about apple falling on his head was important. So discover yourself, that is the path of mind. That is the path of knowledge. The other path what it describes about is path of action. That is how you do your duties, unbiased towards success or failure, happiness or sadness. Whenever we listen to stories of great people, we always see that they are always focused on something what they want to achieve. Even though they have numerous failures, yet they stay focused. So the main mantra is do your work and don't get biased towards success or failure. Gita preaches that, and the central idea of Gita revolves around that. So I would like to say, dear friends, when we have to achieve something, the important thing is not thinking about success or failure or sadness or happiness, what we are going to get from it. So if I use a simile, like for example, if we consider our mind as a lake, our mind will have both positive and negative ripples. And each such ripple or an impression, it creates a profound impression in our mind. We are just the sum total of positive and negative ripples or the impressions, which makes us and which makes our character. So my dear friends, what is important is every thought, every action what we do is what makes us. And so that is called as karma in Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita central idea is work incessantly, but be not attached to it. Thank you.